Pinnacle Partners has been an early mover and an expert really in opportunity zone investing over many years. You guys aren't new to this. You've been involved since the very get-go of OZs back 6 years ago. All you do at Pinnacle Partners is opportunity zones. And to date, Pinnacle has raised for 10 different discrete single asset OZ deals. You just closed Fund 8. You're now launching this BTR specific, build to rent specific opportunity zone fund. And it's interesting because I had Jason and Leo, I had the two of you on my podcast last year, and you guys discussed this emerging strategy on build to rent. But now you're here a little more than a year later, you're actually launching a fund that's dedicated to this product. And we're going to get discussion to that new fund in a moment. But Leo, I talked a little bit about Pinnacle's history in the opportunity zone space, and we'll get into your fund in a minute here. But first, can you tell us a bit about Pinnacle's track record and the history of Pinnacle Partners?
Yeah, absolutely. So my partner Jeff Feinstein and I formed Pinnacle Partners just over 6 years ago, before the Opportunity Zone regulations were actually fully baked and approved. So Jeff kind of he read every word of the regulations that came out and came to me with my real estate background and said, we need to do something around this. And we were looking at investing in projects ourselves or developing, and we quickly determined that being the capital source for developers, in opportunity zones was really our best path to execute. So as you mentioned, we've done that now 10 times over the last, 6 years in single assets. So our very first project was a shovel-ready workforce housing project in Seattle. To our 10th project, which is a student housing project in Spokane that's under construction and in lease up right now. What's different today is, well, first I'll say about 2.5, 3 years ago, Jill Holman and I have been collaborating because Jill was in the OZ world since day one as well, before us, speaking nationally at conferences and investing and working with developers. So we were looking for a way for us to get our first 10 projects were in Washington, California. We're based in Seattle. We've got our development partners that really took us to Northern and Southern California. And a lot of our investors were looking for us to not only diversify outside of Washington, California, but also to create a multi-asset fund. So that's what we did. We brought Jill in as a partner, and it wasn't a blind pool fund because we had one project very quickly in Denver that is now in construction and will be complete in April, but that is in our Opportunity Zone Fund 8 that Jill is a partner in. And we're pleased to announce we just closed that fund at the end of August with projects in Denver, Nashville, Charlotte, and Phoenix. And, our evolution from, think about 5, 6 years ago where the real estate markets were very frothy, low interest rates, very competitive for us to get into joint ventures with our development partners. So for us to execute, we had to go in to buy land with our development partners, go through permits and planning. So several of those projects are under construction right now, where the last, call it 12 to 24 months, we've been able to really come in later into shovel-ready projects that de-risk our investment because you're taking the permit and the underwriting of kind of pre-development off the table, and now you're executing on building the projects and going through lease up.